There's like 35 different audio setups that I have to consider. And looking back at the footage, oh yeah. A little bit ago, let's see, that's my music. I think last session I said something about trying to figure out why there are like weird bugs, and I could only figure them out from watching the footage later on. And yeah, that was exactly what happened. There was a bug that I was confused by because the first time I tried to save, it worked, but then every other time it didn't. And I think it's because I pressed save twice by accident. Because it was like a 1 frame delay thing, but where it wasn't writing the stuff at the right time. But anyway, that was fun to see in the footage. But today, we're going to be doing a lot of coding. Well, I'm going to be doing a lot of coding. You're going to be watching the stream. Because essentially, I've decided that it's going to be more of a dialogue-based game. Or at least, there's going to be a lot of dialogue. So I need to get the dialogue system up and running now rather than later, which was my plan at first. So I'm actually gonna swap this. So Friday is no longer ledge grab day, it is dialogue system day. And I might do the shopkeeper today. So, the dialogue system, I've been writing a lot of stuff for it, because this is not only like just a little introductory text that you get when you walk into a shopkeeper, it also has a bunch of extensive comments to describe the behavior of it. So, let's go through it. The first comment. When starting a dialogue, you can either start from the first line or a named item like this, and also it supports comments. In the text entries, there are expressions that are marked as these brackets, and they run in Godot script. Hang on, this is a bit too powerful for me, this music. And the return value decides if the text is shown. So basically, if talked is 1, or if talked isn't 0, this dialogue text won't be shown. And also, there's this indentation, and that marks that these are also dependent on this line. So if this line isn't shown, these lines aren't shown. And then there's there's a keyword otherwise. This is basically equivalent to else in other languages, but because I'm running this in Godot script, so for technical reasons it has to be something else other than a keyword. So basically, if this is false, or if this line isn't shown, this line will be shown. And so, like, if we talk more than 10 times, it shows this line. Otherwise, if we talk more than 7 times, it shows this one. And then more than 4. And then otherwise, if all of these fail, then it shows this one. And I wrote out the logic of that because it took my full brain to figure out how to actually implement that reasonably. And then also, this checks the global stats to see if there's a left village flag, and he'll say like, glad you returned safely. And then another named section for the shop replies, and these arrows mark replies. So all this stuff under it that's indented, that's only stuff that is played when you show the replies. And then there's also like conditions on the replies. So like, if you don't have a gun, you ask about guns in the village, because it'd be dumb if you actually knew about guns and stuff. And then, like, you can ask about this stuff, and then there's a bunch more stats. Oh. I was testing different ways of doing that. So what I'm going to do is otherwise if. Okay. So, if you have 0 eggs, he says you don't have any eggs. No eggs. Otherwise, if you have 1 egg, so you found an egg. Otherwise, he just gives you the full stats about it. And there's another little line here. And then there's a few different commands that you can use. So not only can you like read stats, there's also things like go to. So the go to will just send us back up here. So that way, once you're done with the reply, sent back up here. Does this one have it? I think this one's supposed to have it. It doesn't. Go to. Oh wait, no. I don't need it there, because all of these go to here. So like once you exit this indented space, or this indented reply, so like if you're here, once you come out, you're not going to go here because this was a reply that, you know, this was the other reply. So you go here to this next line, go to shop replies. And that sends you back up, so then you're dumped back into this menus and you can have like this take care. And then also there's this default label called _exit. And so the player will always have a button to immediately exit any dialogue, no matter how long it would actually take, like navigating this normally. And then I can write a little custom message for each dialogue thing. So for this one, it's like, gotta go, see ya. And so this, I think this will be pretty good, because I'll just show you for the sake of posterity. Yeah, posterity is the right word there. What my other dialogue system looks like, because I've made a whole bunch of visual dialogue editors. So here, I have my editor plugin called Paroxinator. The game did not show up. There it did. And I have scenes, let's say, in this one. There's some complicated logic. Well, there's some simple ones. Oh, wait. Yeah, it's kind of clunky, because I didn't really know how to properly do plugins. So you have to manually open the file rather than double-clicking it and opening the editor. I still don't know how to do that, actually, so that's why I'm just using a text editor now. But basically, like, I've made a bunch of visual graph editors like these for dialogue, and what I've learned is they suck. This isn't a good way of editing dialogue. Like, look at this. This is like 5 lines of dialogue, 6 lines of dialogue or something, and it takes up like 2 pages. You can't even see the whole thing. So imagine like more complicated stuff. If I can, like, look at this. This is an absolute disaster. This would be like 2 pages of text, and it's just a mess. It's just terrible. So, because I want, like, this would already be like 7 hours of, or like half an hour of work. I should be realistic. Half an hour of work just laying it out in here. And it doesn't even have things like, this system is way more basic even. Like, to do scripts, like, look at how clunky this is. It has to have a whole separate script node and then like a whole separate reply node. Though there is a funny thing here where the replies, like the text of the reply is different from what you say, which I think is kind of fun. But what was I saying? Well, the general point is I've made like 5 of these editors. All of them are called Paroxinator. All of them suck. This is not a good way of editing dialogue. This already looks better because I made this nice little syntax highlighting, which is also, it's going to be included in the project actually, so I should do that now. It's going to be in add-ons. There we go. So yeah, my delightful little syntax highlighting for that. So now I'm going to have to bring up the wiki for Godot plugins on this other monitor because my brain is it's very clunky, I feel, to make plugins. Okay, so oh wait, I also need to exit back to our game, Jak 4. So yeah, in this game, Kitty gets a burger. I think, well, it's why the engine is modified, like I was doing things that were specific to the engine, though now, actually, I'm pretty sure all the bugs I fixed were replaced, and all the stuff that I added was actually unnecessary. Like, one of the changes I added to make the engine different was an additive mode to fog. So like, but it does almost nothing now because I figured out a much better strategy for getting this really bright fog. And if you're curious, actually, that'd be a fun thing to sort of demonstrate right now. So it just has fog over it. Oh yeah, and this is actually where the additive fog comes in. So like, there you can see it gets dark. With the additive fog, it actually gets brighter. So that looks really nice. But I found an even better way of doing it, which is you can just click this and make these bigger than 1. So like 1.5. So that's brighter than white. And then I think it was 2.5 that I had for here. Yeah, that looks right. So yeah, for my fog, I have 1, 1.5, and 2.5, where 111 is white. So it's super, super bright. And that's why it also glows even, because I enabled the glowing. Which, I kept it pretty subtle, because I don't want it to be like overwhelming like that. Like that's a bit too much. But just enough to make it, to signal to the player that it's really bright and really far away. And this is also sort of an approximation of something called Rayleigh scattering, which is cool. But okay, I'm getting distracted by myself. What we need is our new plugin, and I'm gonna figure out how to make a plugin right now. Let's see, file. So first we need FG, and I'm gonna make this an add-on because I'm gonna make this an add-on. That's basically the reasoning. See, I need this, and I need this, and I probably don't need anything else. That was the wrong thing to do. Okay, I'll just open it again. So yeah, and I'm going to keep dialogue in here. Already working on some other dialogue because I'll explain the story a bit later and why I want it to be so dialogue focused now. But I think it's pretty cool. It came to me in a dream, essentially, years ago. Plugin. Name equals, NP dialog. Needleful's patented dialog. And yeah, it is version 1.0. I don't do version 0. And then script equals np dialog.gd. Check how this is doing. Alright, audio looks good. So that should do that. I'm gonna rename this. And then now we need our script. np dialog. So Godot has editor, so the reason I'm making an editor plugin is so that my dialog files will show up here and they'll be automatically imported properly and stuff like that. Tool extends editor plugin. Enter tree. And also let's make our dialog importer. Tool extends import plugin. And this one will have a class name. Dialog importer plugin. I'll name it NP dialog importer plugin, just to be pedantic, because someone else might have their own dialog importer plugin, and if that's the case, we shouldn't. Import plugin. Oh wait. I need to close all this. I'll name it import plugin. NP dialog import plugin import equals NP dialog import plugin new. Okay, so that gives us our import plugin. Because first off, I just want to be able to read these dialogue texts and then maybe just like have the text there. Oh, I didn't save this. What? Huh? Oh, because I changed folders. Okay. Okay, good. I don't think I'll ever need to look at that again in my entire life. Get importer name. So yeah, I'm literally just following the Godot engine import plugins documentation right now. So this return np.dialog get visible name np.dialog importer. Get recognized extensions, and it'll be dialog. And then extension term tres. I guess res. Oh, and I need the resource, so that'll be script dialog resource. Let's call it a sequence. That's what I typically use for this, or that's what I used in the Paroxinator application that I showed a little bit ago. Extends resource class name np sequence. I'll call it np. Resource name equals np. And also, for now it'll just have one string for the whole text. Let's see. I'm not going to have any presets. No import options for now. Okay. This is the meat of it. So this will eventually be the bulk of this file. Import. I'll copy the type definitions from there. I did not type. Okay. So that way, I have them here. And I'll format this all nice so it's not 70,000 miles horizontally. What does it need to export? An int? Weird. Okay, so in file equals file new open source file. I'll call it source src path and dest path. I don't like calling paths files. They're different things, dang it. src path error. Let's see. Sequence np sequence.new sequence.text equals in file.read get is text. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah. And then return okay. Let's see if I can enable this now. Dialog. Import. Let's re-import that. And see, failed loading resource. Make sure resources can be imported by opening the project in the editor at least once. np, let's see if I can try this again. Make sure resources can be imported by opening the project in the editor at least once. that's nicer. What am I doing? My brain is too small for this right now. Import as... I guess I'll just make this... rename that to np dialog. And I'm going to restart the project because maybe I need to do that. Wait, I realized what it is. I didn't save the file at all. Okay. Because what I need to do is I need to actually, like, write this, I'm pretty sure. So, resource saver.save dest path sequence pair equals if not equal okay nb dialog failed to save our dest path. And I can just unimport, reimport. Okay, np dialog failed to save resource. Error code 15. Alright. File unrecognized. If it's because I don't know what it is. I appreciate that it's pretty epic that they have no other documentation anywhere about these fucking things. Great, I'm gonna have to... Alright, gamers, tell me where the documentation for this error code is. I think I know what it is. Alright. That wasn't it. That was incorrect. Alrighty. What have I done wrong now? Opens it. Let's do oh, that's actually kind of epic. The destination path is not a destination path. It's actually the destination path without the extension that you then have to put yourself. Save extension. That was the wrong thing. Alright. Out path equals. Highly epic, highly epic. Okay. Condition, get script instance and get scripted. This method get input options is true. Okay. I think I need the get import options and get preset options because otherwise it crashes. That. I'll just have no import options. From get preset count 1. Get preset name turn np dialog. Get import options turn nothing. Is it? It's an array of dictionaries. What? Okay. Make sure resources have been imported. Failed loading resource. Not res is valid. Error can't open. Maybe res. Maybe it needs to be res. Alright, I really appreciate this completely opaque dialogue. Maybe I need to do sort return page dialog. No, np sequence. So I'm importing, and it's going somewhere. The save is succeeding, and it's not loading it. I've somehow managed to do an incredible thing here. Just return that. No, I'm gonna keep that. Okay, and these are marked R for return types, so that's good. Yeah, this is why I don't like Godot's resource and like plugin import system. This is I don't have the slightest idea what I'm doing wrong, and it is not working. Now this music's really harsh. Let's look in our funny little game thing. Are these MP dialog? Source file, test files. Import. Village shop. T-res. Okay, so I think T-res is the right. Well, it could be res or T-res. It doesn't seem to matter. I'm gonna do T-res again. Re-import. So for some reason, it's not, no loader found. Okay, so maybe I need to add some sort of custom loader. Cannot get class NP sequence. No, you can get the class because it's here. Okay, I think I need to just explicitly add it through the resource plugin rather than using one of the 17 different ways that you can declare a class name in Godot. Okay, so var np sequence. It's exhausting. It's a good thing they're completely rewriting this scripting system in a Godot 4 because it's not good. Why is this here? Okay. Add custom type. Okay. Var np. Name np dialog. So preload. Res This one I can keep the class name, can I? Okay. And it doesn't allow circular. Okay. Add custom type. Sequence. Resource. Sequence.
Black smoke's arising and it surely is a train. Surely is a train, boys, surely is a train. Black smoke's arising and it surely is a train. I'm on my long journey home. Lost all my money but a $2 bill. $2 bill, boys, $2 bill.
I need a 16 by 16 plugin and it doesn't work without it. Okay, I'm going insane. At least I have my $2 bill. Okay, I'm getting pissed off now. There's my epic gamer icon. Why is the project not in here? Alright. NP dialog gamer icon. I need to load it. Literally, like, all of the text parsing and stuff is going to be a breeze compared to just trying to figure out how to actually import, like, or save a file of a custom class in Godot script. Like parsing all this like multi-tiered logic and stuff. Oh, that's going to be easy. That's going to be trivial compared to this. Okay, let's see if I cannot go insane now. Because I may eventually have to like take what does that mean? Okay. Perfect. Immaculate. Works. Get ready for some awesome, completely undocumented annotations there. Epic, epic. Okay. This one doesn't work. This one doesn't work. Alright. Let's just... No, I'm not going to do that. I appreciate also how it keeps every single... Like, how it keeps so many duplicates of the same file. That's pretty cool, I think. Like, I have two different... Okay. How do you get it for one and not the other? How do you get it for one and not the other? What is... And it just is fine here. Like, what? And look, it has the funny little icon there. And it knows what it knows where it is. Sequence.gd. It knows that it's a resource. I'm also going to preload that. Okay, whatever. That works. It works good enough. Now I'm going to do a new folder. I'm also going to move this to there so that I can break all my stuff, because now I need to make sure that I didn't. Okay. Okay. Do I need to preload this? Maybe? Let's see what that does. Not importer.isValid is true. That's really encouraging. It's super awesome how the dialog importer is invalid. Or something is invalid, and we can't get the class, but it's here. It's all there. Looks good. Looks good here. Okay. I'm not going to deal with it. So, export resource. It's going to be a dictionary. Labeled items, export source var dialog. Yeah, because it's going to have, and then it's going to be a tree type thing. So, new script, dialog item. So what do all of these have in common? They can be named. Well, no, I guess they don't explicitly have the label themselves. They have p-dialog. Next. Okay, I'm not gonna. So all of them can potentially have a next item. All of them can potentially have child items. So it'll be sibling. That'll be next. So there's essentially two ways that a tabbed item can work. It can be a whatchabob, or they have two relations. They can either be the next, so like this one, the next node is this one, but the child node is this one. So there's different rules of like what happens when. And then there is export string var. Actually, let's do an enum type. So the dialog items will contain their type just there. So it'll be like message, reply, script, I guess that's all of them, actually. I think there's only message and reply. Because, I mean, the scripts, these are just empty things with, let's see, string text. So the text is there. I think also we need array var expressions or conditions. So this little thing is a condition. This is actually part of the text, and it's replaced at runtime because it actually like fetches this value and then slaps it in the text. So that's what the hashtag is for. But if it just has the braces, that's a condition. And that means, I don't know what that means. Oh well. And then there's string var speaker. And if this is nothing, and there's like a default speaker. So like you can explicitly use square brackets to say like who is speaking, and also children of that node will have their own speaking as well. And this is a dialog item. All right, so for now, let's just do a very simple thing where it goes through line by line. So if we close that, we're going to have for text is the file as text, then we close, then we get a new sequence for, let's see, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to strip out empty lines and I'm going to strip out comments. For line in text dot line. Can I get lines? All right, let's just split. It'll be a new line, and it'll be false. So then, if var, all right, and I'm going to need some rejexes. Const rejects. I'm going to break convention. No, I'm not. Rejects. I'll just do R. Comment equals S star. So one or more white space characters plus 2 slashes. Const R. Nah. Okay, so I gotta do 2 slashes, I think. Alright, if dot match. No, if line dot match R comment. If it doesn't match, if sequence dot dialog equals current dialog equals null. If dialog so if there's no current dialog, sequence dot dialog equals dialog item dot new sequence dot dialog dot text equals line. And then current dialog dot wait, I don't need all that there. Current dialog equals sequence dot dialog, and then out here it does current dialog. Else log dot next equals dialog item new current dialog equals next. So what this should do is it should strip out the comments and it should create a list of dialog items. So the sequence will have one dialog item called dialog, and then its next item will be the next line of text, and it'll just go line by line. And let's see how that goes. Village shop, dialog is empty. That's not correct. If not, line.match. What is... I love how I cannot get type annotations on that. Okay. Match. Okay, maybe, okay, I need regular expressions, and this needs to be map star So what I need to do is now, but I think it returns some crazy thing. It's like a dictionary. It's like, okay. That was the wrong thing. But I'll play the video game a little bit to de-stress, because I did add some new things. I changed the color of the terrain to like this dark red, because it looked nice and it reminded. I think I was sort of inspired by the the red texture from the debug. So I think it'll be sort of like the American Southwest, where it's just sort of iron-rich dirt and rock, and that'll be pretty nice. And also, I now have it so that the player generates a random common coat, so just 2 colors. And then also, I made it so that the coat in one of these houses is hard-coded, or it has a specific key, so it's always this one. So that way the player, even though their own coat is randomly generated, they're always guaranteed a coat that has like a specific appearance, which I think is kind of nice. So that way, even if they can't find anything worthwhile, they have this one, which is, it's okay. It's not bad. Let's see, what else have I done? Because I don't want to go back to text parsing anymore. That stopped being fun like now. All right, whatever. I need to get back to the slave cave of text parsing. Great. Didn't work. Print line. Print not comment. Maybe I need to re-import. I guess I need to re-import. Okay, that's actually good. I just need to re-import, which is weird that I need to do that manually. And also that it still spits this out 3 times in a row, even though I explicitly added it, and it's the resource name, and it's in the custom types. Maybe I need to add the import. Maybe I need to add the plugin after. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Now I'm just doing things to be insane. Nope, that did not do anything. So it's weird that it has an error. It is cool that there's... Okay, there is a resource. And it does have next. Okay, this is good. This is good. Alright, see, we got our dialogue, and we've got next, and it goes from each thing. I need also some, I also need to remove the R from here. Re-import. Because I don't want this thing. I'm going to do is I'm going to do that instead. So that way I don't get so deeply indented here, because it's going to be a lot of stuff. Can I add other things that I can split on? Nah, okay. So yeah, for now there'll be a funny little thing. For indent equals nothing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the indentation. So essentially all I'm going to do now is check the indentation. If it's more indented than the last thing, and it's like the actual like indent thing, the proper indent level, well, first it's gonna find the first white space at the start of a line that's not a comment, and it will consider that to be the indentation. So let's do a starts with white space. Also, for now, comments are only at the start of a line. So var white space start. New white space start. And this is almost the same thing, but it's white space plus and no characters after it. So that just means one or more white space characters. That's what //s means. And this little caret means the start of the line. So that'll search for that. Let's see. I need to figure out how Godot's regular expression system works, though. So it'll be, I think, if that's in parentheses, I'll get that from the expression. There's allegedly named captures, but I've never been able to get them to work, so I'm just not even going to bother with that. Start white space start dot search line. If white space if not indent, or if indent is equal to this. Indent characters. So it'll print out, or attempt to print out, our white space, which I'm pretty sure that's how you get the result from the regular expression, and then indent equals space 0. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. How do I get the text then? Okay, I think I can just actually do get string. That's the wrong thing. Enable and disable. Then let's re-import this. It prints a bunch of errors, which is perfectly fine. It has our lovely tab character. Okay. If white space. And then we need our current input, current level equals, current dialog equals null, var parent dialog equals null. Maybe I'll just have the dialog themselves. The dialog itself can just keep track of its parent, so it'll be source var parent. Current level equals 0. So basically, I'm going to keep track of the level of indentation, so else for new level equals 0 while if white space equals white space dot get string. And I'll do another continue there because I don't want to deal with that. So if dent dot length rem, what is it? I know, space dot length modulo. So first I'm going to check to make sure that our indentation is valid, so that like if the indentation here is 4 spaces, then everything should be indented by 4 spaces or 8 spaces or 12 spaces. If it's like 5 spaces, that's going to be invalid. So if this is not equal to 0, debug, I'm going to do line 0 for line, or no, line count. Line number. And it'll be one indexed. %s percent line %d 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 characters. Modulo space. No, it'll be source path line number space length. What is the size? How do I get the size of a string? Where's the length? What's the thing for the length? Count? No. It is length. Okay. So it's just inconsistent between everything. In the current scope. It is declared in the current scope. Can't get index. Okay. Re-import this, re-import this. Let's see what the village shop looks like. I don't think there's anything different actually. There's empty strings though, which is cool. Space. If line dot is length 0, it'll ignore empty lines. Is strip the right thing? Maybe it's trim. I could have sworn there was a function to trim strings in here. Let's do just dedent. Nah, whatever. I'll just silently continue, or I'll just continue even though there's an error. I don't want to crash just because someone has spacing that's wrong. So var indent level equals space.length divided by indent var child equals false unless it's equal to true, which is when if is parent, whatever, this is going to be dumb, so it'll be is fate outer level inner level okay, child level, parent level. If indent level equals, so if we're tabbed in by 1, current level plus 1, child level true equals, else if indent level is the current level minus 1, we're in the parent level. Otherwise, debug error. Oh wait, no. I can do multiple parent levels. So I could actually do, I should do level change int equals 0. Because you can go down one level, or you can go into the child by one level, or you can go up. So what I need is change equal minus current level. Is this right? Indent level. So basically, +1 to is a child item, negative is outer levels. So you can only go in one level. So like if I indented this twice, that doesn't make any sense. Like that doesn't mean anything. Or at least it doesn't mean anything different than just one indentation in. But if I'm deeply embedded in something like here, I can actually have this arbitrarily far out. So now this goes 2 out, and it means that it's, related to this tree. So you can go as many levels out as you want, but you can only go one level in. So if level change is greater than 1, debug. Unexpected indentation. And it'll just assume the level change is 1 and that the yeah, and then I think current level will only be set here, level plus equals level change. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to add the child logic. So let's do if change is greater than 0, current, actually, so none of this actually matters for that. So I'm going to pull this out again, so that way I don't have to deal with that. So if the level change is 0, we're going to do that. If level change equals 1, it should be equals current dialog dot child dot new current dialog equals current dialog dot child dot parent equals current dialog, and then else while level change is greater than 0, or current dialog level change is 1 plus equals 1. So essentially, if you're down 3 levels, it'll go like up, ascend like the hierarchy to get the parent of the parent or something like that, and then it should be previous dot next equals dialog new. Actually, let's assert next equals null, because it should be null. We shouldn't have added anything to it. Yeah, previous dot current dialog equals previous dot next. Okay. Let's see how that works, because it should be that they all have, that there's not that many nexts, and then there's a bunch of children which each have a next. So let's do a re-import, or reloading that project, re-importing this, and then opening it again. That's okay. re-import. Is there anything that has a child? No, there isn't. This is, let's do a relaunch. I don't know what I did. No, you can get the class. That's incorrect. You can get the class. Re-import. I crashed it. I did something wrong. Let's hope that I don't have to re-import automatically. Else, while level changes less than 1, level change, or while it's less than 0, you get 1. Print I need my lamp on or something. Level change. Strip L space. I think I'm gonna debug. Well, I'm gonna run the debugger for this just to make sure that it's not gonna do that again. Let's do import, re-import. Okay, so that one worked just fine. That one worked just fine. I have no idea. That's not encouraging. I hate coding. I should go back to modeling. So, one of these should have a child. One of them. Any of them. Please. They do not. None of them do. This is terrible. How does this... So the line equals line dot strip edges. Print line. Did I do the regular expression wrong? I don't know. Else print W line. Also, it's good to see. Okay. T. Shop entry does not have one. So talked should have a child. Because talked, shop owner smells a burning incense. Let's see if that's the next one. No, it's not. What am I doing then? Wait, for some reason, I'm not doing something properly, so, like, is this comment working wrong? Maybe this is working wrong. I need to print C line. Okay, because we know that this is not doing the right thing. And this is not doing the right thing. Okay, maybe I do need these for now. So we have our little thing. We have some comments, then we have a top level thing. And we have no change in our indentation. Then we have some more comments. Our first indentation. And the item from there. Okay, that's the wrong thing. That's stupid. I should not. So if the indent is equal to 0, it should keep doing the rest of this stuff. I mean, all of this. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so that's one problem done. Talk equals 0. Fit to visit me. Indentation. If there's white space. the indentation. If there's no indentation, then it'll set the indentation to that. And I'm not going to print the whole line, I'm going to print it just here. Level line. Hopefully line dot trip. So we have a comment, then we have our little thing that says if we have the talked line, another comment, okay. Have our one thing, so our indentation character, and then our line of dialogue. Then more stuff, then that. Okay, invalid index current dialogue. 102. Oh my god. Previous dot parent. Is that wasn't the whole problem, was it? Next, on base nil. Next equals null. Assert, okay, let's assert previous equals null, or wait, if the current dialog equals null, this shouldn't be. Not equals null, and okay, how would that be null? The parent should always know. Like, this can only be null if we're leaving the indentation of the top level. Like, this has no parent, and this would have no parent, but also there's no way of indenting less than that. Let's try that again. Okay, assertion failed. And previous dot parent null. All right, let's just not deal with that for now. What did I do? How did that? I'm going to age by 500 years by the time this is done. So where did I create an infinite loop by doing that? Previous parent is not null. Can I debug this? I don't know if I can debug this. Okay, so this one's fine. Has no children. No children, no children, no children. Epic. That's cool. I'm pretty sure this one does have children. Yes, it does. Okay, awesome. Epic. And it didn't print. Oh. I have to re-import. And it's freezing infinitely. Okay. Let's rethink this. This is getting this is getting messy. So, if there's white space, what do I want to happen? Going up. Print dot. Let's make sure that that's actually where the infinite loop is, because I don't know how it would be. I'm actually really glad that this doesn't re-import now, because that would cause a bunch of problems. Oh wait, I need to... Oh god damn it. So I need to have the dialog editor open. Script. Let's re-import. It doesn't even do that. It doesn't even do that. It doesn't even print anything. I'm not even in the right place for the infinite loop to happen. I'm looking in the completely wrong area. So where would the infinite loop be? What did I even change? What is even different from the last time that I was looking at this? Alright, let's look at every single while loop. What's wrong? While lever. So there's only one while loop. Print just one dot. And line number. I'm really going to need to figure out what this is about, because it's something bad. I know it's something bad. Let's just change that to resource. Maybe that's what it is. I think that's it. Let's hope that the dialogue does not break. The game. This is not a fun session. Okay. Let's rethink everything. Oh, I'm doing a division by 0 as well, somewhere. space, size, length. Oh god, I hate this code is so bad. Parsing code is so nasty and terrible. Let's see. Let's do extract space. Line string, and this will provide you with the line and the white space. So it'll be line equals WSPE dot line space string equals E dot white space line space. Then line if white space line dict equals that dictionary space is the white space string. Dictionary line is the line that strip edges. Return dictionary. And then indent string. Dictionary's indent is the space. Okay, so what do we need here? What is new level? When do I set new level? What am I, an idiot? So this will be dictionary indent. No, indent level. I think this needs to be outside of here. Gonna remove all this. Okay, so the dictionary will have 3 values: the indentation, the space, which is the white space that was at the start of it, the line. So I guess that's the like new indent level, if there is one. Otherwise, extract white space line, indent. Indent equals dictionary.indent. No. Indent. If space not equal to so far size equals ASPE dot in space length divided by indent length int. Space length not equal to modulo length 0 int. Okay, so that pulled out some of that so that it's a bit less of a mess to look at. I'm gonna remove that. I'm not gonna have so much printing stuff here. Have our level change. That doesn't need to be here. We can put that down all the way here. Okay. If indent 0. Okay. I should not have any issues with this. Let's see. Because it should be the previous dot. Okay, so we're always setting it to valid thing. Alright, let's just have that there for now. Kind of just getting lost in this. This is not as fun and easy as I was hoping it would be. It crashed. Is it in going up? I can't tell. It's not in going up. Also, for some reason, setting the child isn't working. I can see that. I can see that with the going up, because there should be at least one dot with all of those, and I don't think there is. I think I might have done something wrong with that. Going up, negative level change, cert, this in 0. I should not have that there, because that's incorrect, I'm pretty sure. And also I'm going to extract this into its own little file, because I'm tired of that. So sequence equals sys text parse text in text. Text string p sequence sequence equals new, and then the last line, return sequence. Parse text, source, path. I need any of this stuff? I think I get all of this stuff from the thing. I think all I need is for level change equals sp dot change. Because I don't need like that. I don't need that. I guess it might need the indentation from it. Line strip edges, and if indent and don't need that. If space is not empty and space dot length. Nah, it'll be indentation, I guess. Is level change equals indent level minus current level. Minus current level. If the level change is greater than 1, under debug. Do I need that? I guess I do. I doing? If the level change is equal to 1, we create a new child. Then we assign, so going up. So it should. So we should have if previous parent no print debug where bug. This will be a bug actually. No work with no parent. Bug. The identifier NP sequence isn't a valid type, not a script or class, and couldn't be loaded on base self. Oh my god. Oh, now it, what? Okay, so they should have children. It doesn't have children. That's cool. Re-import. Where's all the printing? It should be printing things. This is okay. Do I have to enable and re-enable it every time? I don't know what it, script parse error. What? There's no output. There's no output. What is this? Am I? Okay, so for each line, we increment the line number if it matches the comment regular expression, which just means some white space and then 2 slashes. The start, specifically the start of the line, 2 webs. The start of the line, optionally some white space, 2 slashes. It ignores it. Then we extract the white space. And the white space function, it searches for the white space at the start of the line using our regular expression, which is here. And then if it finds something, it'll add the space. Oh, it doesn't need to be here. Okay, well that's a bug that was now fixed. So I don't have quite enough faith to actually re-import and test to make sure that that fixed it, so I'm going to keep going. So if our indentation was nothing, which is what it was set to at the start of the loop, then it sets the indentation to our space. And the line is the text with all of the white space on either side stripped. If our space is not empty, we get some new indentation. And then otherwise, it does some magic. No, it doesn't do magic. So if the space is not empty, and the space length is not a multiple of the indentation length, then there's an error. It's invalidly indented. But it'll continue anyway. So the new indentation level will be the length of that space divided by the length of our indentation, if the indentation is not 0. Otherwise, oh wait, no, it's already here. But I'm going to clarify that, because maybe I shouldn't have so many like default things. This can be put at the end. So dictionary comes back out of here. We should have 3 parameters. Line, and if there's indentation in that dictionary, we set our indentation to it. And then we change our level with the indent level. And if we're going inward by more than 2 levels of indentation, that's extra, and we put a warning and we set it to 1. And then we keep going. Let's see, what can this be? This can be, so it can only be 1 and lower, because negative means that we're going out of indentation, which, as I mentioned earlier, is completely valid. I could have that like indented here, and then I'd come out 2 levels, so that'd be -2 on the level change. So if we don't have any current dialog, which means that this is the first item we added to the list, we have a special case of adding the dialog to a new thing and then setting the current dialog. Otherwise, we increment it, we add it to the next dialog, or it's the current dialog's next object if there's no level change. If there is a level change, we set the child of our current dialog to a new item. We set the parent of that new item to the current dialog. And then we set the current dialog to the child. And then it should print that. Otherwise, it should print going up by a number of levels. It should assert that that's less than 0. And then while it's less than 0, we print a dot. And if the parent is null, that's invalid. That means that we've done something wrong. There's a bug. It crashes. So the previous will be the parent of whatever item it is. So like if I'm indented here, first thing it'll do is when it detects that I've changed now to here, well, the item that I'm actually looking for is first the parent of that previous item, or the parent of the current dialog is this. And then since that's not on the same level, it goes to the parent of that object, which is this, which is on the same level. So the next item from here will be this one. It'll eventually be this one, since this is just a name, but that's for another day. Okay. So we have that taken care of. Let's see. I don't think there's any more bugs, at least in that logic. So let's see. We have our shop entry. We have talked. which does not have children. Let's see what the output looks like. Division by 0 in operator modulo. Epic. Awesome. If space and not equal. Love it. Invalid get index. Wait, what? Oh. Re-import. Invalid type in function save in base resource saver. Alright, so that's bad. 48. Cannot convert 2 from int to object. Int. Parse text. Oh, okay. If sequence is int, maybe? Return sequence. Error? No, okay. So if it's an integer, we'll return it because that means that I'm doing it wrong. It should be an object. But oh well. Okay, so bug, indented block with no parent at line 19. Oh, I get it. Because I'm not setting, okay. Because I only set the child here, but I need to set it for everything. So also, current dialog. Parent equals. So the next item has to have the same parent My brain is falling out. Do I need to set this anywhere else? No. The parent will be null here. So if there's no level change, I need to set the parent here. But, okay. Then if... Oh wait. Previous.next. Current dialog. Current dialog. And I also need to set the parent here. Parent to be the same as the previous parent. So that should help with that. Let's try re-importing. So we're going up. I think now we can remove this. I think there are places where this is actually not true. Wait, no. Line 21. Oh, okay, 21 is a comment, first of all. Maybe it means 22, but no, it can't mean. Oh, okay. I need to do true here. If alright, so because I can't ignore empty things here because that messes up the line number count. So I can do it here, and that should immediately cancel out of that. And then if there's still like more stuff, it's not quite empty, then we do the more advanced stuff. We import. So that gives us the right line number, 22, which should not have any sort of, that should not need to go up any amount. Like we're not, 1, 2, 1. I guess, no, it only goes up 1. Going up 2. Why are we going up 2? Line number. Child. $19. We're going up 1. We're not going up 1. That's incorrect. What am I at? Then we are going up 1 here. We're not going up 1 here. We're going up 1 here, though. So something is happening to our current level to make it wrong. Oh my god. I can't, this shouldn't be a temporary variable. Because the level change is used later on. It is hard to overstate how much I hate text parsing. And it crashed because I forgot to change the plus. I always think like that I finally understand how to do text parsing, and I don't. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it consistently. It's also crashing again. That's really cool. Let's see. I just need to edit it now manually. Dialog. Importer. Change. Parent LV plus equals 1. Well, LV equals 0. Wait. I didn't change anything then. I didn't change anything then. This is the same thing. This is the same thing. This is the same thing. I didn't change anything from when it was different. It does the same behavior. I didn't make something wrong. Like, okay. LV is level change. While it's less than 0, we print. What is going, okay, oh my god. C, tools. Now I can't even read the logs. Godot, bin, Godot. Godot Windows debug. I need Godot Windows opt. I need Godot Windows opt tools.64.exe. I don't know. F8. Alt F4. Opt. Okay. Dash E. Going up one, going up one, going up one. Crashed. It crashed. It just says it crashed. But it went to line 86 before it did that. 86 is almost the end. At 86, it should not be going up one. Oh, I guess it should be. Okay. Let's do some printing. Child of current dialog parent text. Print attached to previous text. It's already crashed. Okay, so when does it crash? Print got sequence imported sequence from. Oh my god. Is it because I changed the type of the importer from NP sequence to resource? If I change that, will that fix the crash? It did not. Okay. Oh. Let's see if that works. So I needed to return that error there. Program crashed. It crashed, and it just doesn't have an error message. Imported. And then print wrote to out path. It crashes on the resource saver saving, which it hasn't done before, and I don't know how. Okay, so if this isn't a resource, encountered an error. sequence. And not, so, or not dialog in sequence. So I'm doing something wrong. I guess I'm not. So it has this. It has the dialog. It's properly set up as a resource. We import it. Out path. Get save extension. Save out path sequence. The sequence is a resource sequence. And it's imported through this. We remove our custom type, we add our custom type. Has a funny little gamer icon. I'm going to change that back to NP sequence. I'm sure that's not correct. I'm pretty sure nothing that I've done is correct. I don't know how to export a custom plugin, so that's crashed. Maybe there can't be an infinite loop in these things, but I don't think I do add I don't think I add an infinite loop. Well, okay, maybe I do. Maybe what I need to do is have a dictionary of these dialog items. So like items. So it'll be like I'll just make the line number the ID of it. So dialog line item or line number. So essentially I'm going to completely restructure it because I think it might have to do with like circular references because the child points to the parent which points to the child again. I don't know if it can support that because it crashes every other time. You know, it doesn't handle any other level of thing. So it will not have any sort of double referencing. It'll just have a dictionary and then it'll have integers. So instead of having each dialog item, we'll just have an integer ID. Equal, and by default it equals -1, which indicates that there is none. Okay, now let's go through this line by line. So, we don't do anything with them here. If the current dialog equal to -1. Current dialog equals line number, and then in the dialog, so we can actually add this. We can just put this up here. The current dialog will always equal the line number. So we just add a new item here if it's -1. Otherwise, current dialog, I know, sequence dot dialog line number current. Wait, no. I need to set this after. Still. So current. What do I need here? I know what I need. I don't need to deal with creating them right now. So current dialog equals dialog dot rd equals dialog item new. Its text equals the line. No. Okay, I gotta do some stuff with it, like the next and current and whatever. Parent equals previous parent. Current dialog equals previous dot next. Not quite. So previous dot next equals now the current dialog will always be the line number. Next equals dialog item dot new. Dialog dot next equals line number. Trying to make this consistent, so the line number is the ID of the dialog. So we get the current dialog, and then its next ID will be the line number. So then we have item new sequence dialog number dot parent equals sequence current dialog parent. Don't need to deal with this. Child equals line number dialog then current dialog equals line number. So, okay, I can do that after this. So here is where it's set, current dialog equals line number. Okay. Previous dialog item equals set dialog number current log. You know what if sequence dialog previous dot next equals line number. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, because the next item, so the next item for here is this. No, I don't think it's that item. No, that's not correct. So that doesn't go there. I have to deal with that logic separately. So like, there's no next item and there's no children, so it goes up to the parent. No next item, no children, so it goes up to the parent. And here there is a next item, but it's a reply, so it's done differently. So you don't go from one reply to the next. You go to the parent again. Do you go to the parent again? Ugh, replies are going to kind of suck. I think it just goes through the replies now until it gets to something else. So once it gets to the replies, or a reply, it goes until we get to to one that has no reply, or that has no children. It's actually going to be kind of a nasty situation, actually. I guess not. When you hit the last item in a reply, you go up one. And then it goes to the last reply. And if there's nothing after it, it ignores the children. If there's nothing after it, then we go up one. And then it goes to the next one, and the next one, and then it goes to that. Okay. That's how that works. previous next equals -1 equal next equals line number equals sequence log previous parent. Line number sequence line dialog line number equals dialog item dot new. Current dialog, I can set that just fine. Line number dot parent equals previous parent. Let's hope that that works. dialog.gd. Parse error unexpected assign in 92. Okay, let's try this again. Where is the error? npdialog.gd. What is the error? Okay. Now it works. Okay, and at least it's not crashing automatically. No, it's not working actually. It's just not even on. Okay, so that worked. Now we have our dialog, which has nothing in it. Because we have not re-imported yet, and that'll be fun. One 128. Wow, I'm rapidly approaching my ability to do things. Wait. Okay. What's page? Why is there page in here? Sequence dialog page. What is this? What is this? Oh, there's multiple pages of dialogue. Okay. And so, next, the child and the parent are not set properly. This has to be set somewhere else. Okay, I think do they have the right text? They do. They also have the wrong ID. Or they have the wrong key. All right, I'm fixing this. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to not have to bother with this. So if the length is not equal to 0, it continues. If otherwise, we already know that we're going to create a line here. And we know that, I know, I'm going to do var wd. So this will be working dialog. wd dot text equals line. So we know all that. So now we have our working dialog. We don't need any of that stuff. Current dialog is line number. Okay, that's good. So then, we don't even need this. Actually, we do. If we don't need to deal with it, so there's no parenting issues. So our current dialog, the next item will be the line number, and then the parent of our working dialog is the current dialog to parent. So let's do var cd item equals sequence dialog current dialog. So that is the thing, or this is the dialog item for the most recent dialog we were working on. So the one we were just working on. So current dialog, next item will be the line number. Oh wait, that's actually if. Let's see, do we need any parenting things here? Okay, I'm just gonna have to do this separately for each of these. I think I'll actually make it previous. So our previous dialog, the next item is the line number, if there's no change in the stuff. And the parent of that one is the parent of the previous one. What I'm going to do is if not equal to needleful, Because yeah, there's just a bunch of funky logic, because I don't want to have this like deeply nested in another thing. So previous dot next is line number, parents are the same. Otherwise, the child of the previous item is that. I don't need this. And WD, the working items parent of previous.text. I know that's the one. I don't need to check that. So I also know what this is. I'll do prev. Previous equals sequence. So it's the parent. 0. I don't need to deal with that, because I know it loops right. I think I don't need to worry about that. Line number. Don't need that. And the working dialog parent is the same as the previous parent, and we're attached to .text. And the current dialog is the line number. It's a level change. Okay. Object and okay, so there's some sort of error again. Current level. What is this? There shouldn't be any errors. So 16. There is no 16. There should be a line 16. That's the wrong thing. That's the wrong text. This is... okay. Print %d %s line number line. Colon. So we import that. This is nightmarish. So at number 3, at line 3, should have the text shop entry. We don't have the text shop entry. line number is WD. There should never be, it should never change anything. It should never. You know what, this isn't a particularly fun stream to figure out a bunch of text parsing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording until I get this, and that way I can take a break. Bye.